Hi, everybody. Welcome into the very first debut edition of the Maroon Devil Coaches Show with our brand new head coach, Sherman Holt. And, Coach, what a way to start out your career. I know last week was the first game for you as a head coach here at Swain County High School, and no better way to start with a win over North Buncombe. Tell me the feeling going into that game, and then maybe a feeling of relief and maybe some joy after coming away with a win last Friday.
Well, you know, in that first game, you always try to make sure you got all your I's dotted and your T's crossed, and, you know, you're running through checklists and making sure you got everybody in the right spot and the game day prep. And so it's a lot of stuff that goes into it people don't know about. And, you know, coming away with a win, I told my wife, she said, well, did you enjoy it? And I said, about the last 2 minutes, because we got the ball back and we were able to take a knee. And so it was a good, hard-fought win for our guys, played well. And, you know, things that we messed up on, we can always correct. So.
Yeah. Now, Coach, I'm going to ask you this question. I've heard this all my life, and you can confirm it or it may just be an old coach's tale. But I've heard that between week 1 and week 2, teams can really make some big improvements. What are your thoughts about that as we get ready for game number 2?
Well, I think that's true. You know, one of my old coaches, Coach Moore at Appalachian, he always said the same thing. And, you know, we've kind of went into this week, what can we clean up, what can we correct, you know, what do we need to just kind of do away with for right now, you know, and just get good at what we're good at and try to, you know, come up with a good game plan.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of the three big ones, the offense, the defense, the special teams. I know our offense really played well. A good running game. It looks like everybody was on the same page. Talk about the offense, if you would, and what you really liked and maybe a couple of things we can clean up as we get ready for week 2.
First thing that I like, you know, I think we averaged 6.7 yards a carry. That's real good when you run the offense we run. And we were efficient in the passing game. You know, we were, I think, 6 for 9. And when we had to make a completion, we did. And so those were things that we done well, things we can do better, you know, penalties and turnovers. Anytime you have penalties and turnovers, that can kind of hinder you. And in the first half, we did those things. And so we were kind of slow out the gate. And then you talk about special teams. You know, special teams kind of sparked our fire. We blocked a field goal in the middle of the second quarter, went down, scored our first touchdown, and so that's a big phase of the game as well.
Oh, no doubt. Talk about your defense a little bit. It looked like the defensive front and the linebackers in particular really got up there and plugged those gaps. So got to be happy with the way some of those guys played.
Yeah, and, you know, somebody told me after the game, anytime you pitch a shutout, you know, be happy.
Yes.
And, you know, our guys played hard. And defensively, you know, we were on the field a lot in the first half, and we made them punt several times. And I think we ended up only giving up like 1.9 yards per carry.
Wow.
And that's good as far as defensively. You know, we were able to kind of shut them out in the run game, made them do some things that they didn't want to do, just what we seen on tape. And so proud of our defensive effort. You know, played hard, made them punt, get us off the field, get our offense back on the field. So just pleased with everything.
Yeah. You know, Coach, last week we played a team that most of us are not real familiar with in North Buncombe, but wow, the next 3 weeks it gets real. We play teams that I know you, when you were at Tuscola, and of course all our Maroon Devil fans are very familiar with Smoky Mountain. Then we have Franklin, then we have Pisgah. And those are 3 of the toughest teams in the mountains at any level. Let's talk a little bit about Smoky Mountain coming in here. I know you remember them from last year, as we do as well. They have probably 2 of the best skill players around. Jed West, their quarterback, and Ian McNeely is one of the best running backs anywhere. So they can give a defensive coach a lot of headaches, can't they?
Yeah, it's one of those things when you're watching tape, you kind of got to pick which one do you want to kind of limit, because you can't limit everything. And so, you know, Coach Brindley does a good job over there at Smoky Mountain. He's got a good group of kids. And, you know, the one thing for us is, you know, it's always been a big rivalry.
Yes.
And,
yes.
You know, our kids are looking forward to the challenge. And, you know, we're excited about how much better we can be from week 1 to week 2. How good a practice can we have this week to get ready for Smoky Mountain?
Yeah. Now, they laid a pretty good beat down on Cherokee last Friday, so they're coming in confident, as are our Maroon Devils, of course, coming off a win. How important is it, you think, to get that first win and come in with some good momentum for week number 2?
It's always good to be 1-0 rather than 0-1, and so when you can start off with a win, it's always good, and your kids kind of feel good about what you're doing and asking them to do, and so it kind of backs up, what we've been telling them in the spring and in the summer and in fall camp, and so it was good to go out there and get a win because I know they were happy and glad that they won, and you're never disappointed when you win, so. It's good to start the season off right and be 1-0 and have a little confidence going into week 2.
No doubt. Coach, now we're playing at home, of course, here at the Swain County Memorial Stadium in Boyce Dietz Field, and this place is very special to a lot of us, and I know you and the players have a lot of pride on the line playing here at home, so how much does it mean, how special is it to play at home here as opposed to playing on the road?
Well, anytime you're at home, you feel a little better about your chances. And so you're a little more comfortable, and we know our kids, they know that their moms and dads, their family, their classmates, people in the community are going to be here, and it kind of gives you a little more motivation to show up and show out a little bit and kind of make our county proud of what we're doing on the field.
No doubt. Now, Coach, one final question here, and I've always thought you were a smart guy and a really good coach, but lately I'm having to question your sanity a little bit because anybody who would take any kind of coaching advice from my broadcast partner, Rod White, I've got to wonder about. So has he been able to help you any at all coming into this week number 2?
Yeah, Coach White, he's my buddy, and he's kind of told me, we talked on the phone a couple days ago, and he said, Coach, just enjoy the win, get ready for week 2, just hang in there, keep working hard, and that's hard to do sometimes when you come off a win and you got a tough opponent coming up, and sometimes you can't enjoy it, and he said, just enjoy the moment, that's your first one. Hopefully there's going to be a bunch more, and he said just hang in there, keep working hard, and he said everything will be all right.
All right. So. Hey, I totally agree. Friends, it's always a pleasure to talk with our head coach, Sherman Holt. We're going to be doing more of this as the year goes on, and we hope you're going to be tuning in. And more importantly, we hope you're going to be right here at Swain County Memorial Stadium this Friday night when the Mustangs come to town. More coming up right here. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We're talking with some future media stars here on the Maroon Devils Network as they're going to be taking my job because I'm getting too old to do this anymore. But anyway, seriously, J.C. Parsons. J.C., tell us why you want to get into broadcasting and what kind of piques your interest in that area.
It gives me a little bit more of a wider spectrum of things that I could possibly do. It's just another opportunity for me to try something else.
Okay. Now, have you ever heard of Erin Jenkins?
I have. I've seen a couple of her news clips.
Okay. Well, she is a former media member here on the Maroon Devils Network, so we hope you can follow in her shoes. And now let's get Lindley Wyatt in here if we can. Lindley, tell us your interest and why you wanted to become involved as potential media as your future.
I wanted to get involved because I wanted to be more involved in my school and just seek out new opportunities and see potential career opportunities.
Okay. Talking about a career, as we mentioned with JC, do you know Erin Jenkins and maybe kind of her story a little bit?
I have. I heard she became a news reporter.
Oh, no doubt. And doing very well down in Greenville, North Carolina. And now let's bring in Audrey Zelinka. And Audrey, I hope I got your name correct. Why would you have an interest in the media and potentially working in this area?
I've always really loved the news, and last year we had one Maroon Devil Network meeting, and it was really fun to be in front of the camera and behind the camera.
Okay. Now, do you look as a future like Erin Jenkins, potentially to move into that sort of a job down the line?
Maybe. Yeah, I know who she is. She talked to us on Leadership Day last year, and it was really cool to see someone from Swain doing such a big job.
Oh, no doubt. So again, we want to say congratulations, and we hope to hear more from J.C. Parsons, Lindley Wyatt, and Audrey Zelinka as future members of the Maroon Devils Network. And believe me, they are probably much better than myself and Rod White. That's all I can say about that, but they have a bright future here at Swain County High School, and we wish them the best going ahead. Everybody, welcome back on the Maroon Devils Network as we get to talk outside some of the coaches and some of the future media stars here on the Maroon Devils Network. We get to talk with one of our key players, and that's Gabe Lillard. And Gabe, last week, big win over at North Buncombe. How did that make you guys feel, and how important was getting that win number 1 last week?
Felt great, coming off of a not too good of a season. Coming on, winning our first game feels pretty good.
Yeah. Now, I know it's, coming into this year, it's been a little tougher because we've got a whole new offense. We go kind of away from the veer a little bit now to a more spread, a little more offense. Has that been tough on you guys trying to learn this new offense and get ready for a new scheme?
It's a whole lot different for linemen, but for the backs it's kind of the same, but it's been pretty difficult at times, but pretty easy for the most part.
Now, I know you guys in the backfield, you've played together for a while, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, coming into this week, we have Smoky Mountain coming in, and they're coming here to Swain County Memorial Stadium. Talk about the rivalry and maybe the intensity that this game brings to town.
Last year, it got wild in the whole stadium, and you could just hear it in the stands as loud.
Yeah. Now you guys know a bunch of their guys, so that kind of brings a bigger intensity to the game, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. We'd like to go over there and show them what's up.
All right. Well, hopefully that'll happen this Friday night. So, hey, good luck against the Mustangs on Friday.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Gabe Lillard chatting with us here on the Maroon Devils Network. We've got more coming up right here. Fans getting ready for week 2 here on the Maroon Devils Network. We get to talk with some of our assistant coaches. We've already talked with head coach Sherman Holt. Joining us now is assistant Austin Cook. Austin, hey, it's good to have you on the network here. Tell us about, for folks who might not know you here in Swain County, what your duties are here with the Maroon Devil football team.
I'm the offensive coordinator for the varsity. And, blessed to be here, happy to be a Maroon Devil, thankful for the opportunity.
Yeah.
So.
Now, go back, if you would, Austin, and tell us about your background, maybe where you played football and kind of your coaching resume, if you will, that brought you up to this point.
So I played football in high school at East Henderson for Coach Chappell, head coach at Pisgah. Played college football at North Greenville University. Coached at Rosman in 2018, 2019. An old familiar foe here in the Smoky Mountain Conference. Then I've been at Tuscaloosa the last couple of years with Coach Holt as an assistant. I was a special teams coordinator there and JV head coach. So, been around just a little bit, but love the game of football and I'm glad to be a Maroon Devil.
Yeah.
So.
No doubt. Coach, I got to ask you this, since you were at Rosman, looking back on those couple of years, what are maybe a memory or two that you can remember when Swain and Rosman got together and played? I know we've played over there on the mud a couple of times. That's one thing that always comes to my mind, but maybe some of the things you might remember about Swain Rosman in the old Smoky Mountain Conference days.
I remember playing Swain here in 2018. We thought we were pretty good, and we got beat 42-7. So it's one of those things that they'd run that veer right down our throat and hit us in the mouth on defense. So we had a little bit of rude awakening, which was good for us. That's what we needed. But I remember those couple of years there, big kids on the offensive line, defensive line, and weren't afraid to hit you in the mouth. So
yeah, Coach, talk about this a little bit. I know Coach Rod White has talked about this in the past as a head coach and as an assistant coach here at Swain County High School, and that's mountain football is the term he used. And a lot of people here, and probably at Rosman High School, use that term. And East Henderson. It just seems like a lot of these kids here in the mountains might not be the biggest, might not be the fastest, but I've got to believe they have a special toughness about them being from these mountains. What are your thoughts along that line?
Well, mountain footballs to me is you come up here when it's cold in October, November in the playoffs, and you get hit in the teeth. You take one right to the jaw, and it's just a boxing match. You get backed into a corner, and you're just going to swing your way out. But I remember when I was in high school coming over here to Swain County in 2012, and Swain County made it to the state championship that year, and we thought we were pretty good. We were up 21-0 at half, and they come out in the second half and hit us in the teeth and beat us 28-21. So that's what mountain football is to me. Running it down people's throat, hanging onto the ball for 10, 11 minutes at a time, and playing really good, solid defense. So that's what we hang our hat on here at Swain County and in the mountains. So.
Oh, no doubt. Well said. One final question, Coach. I know you're a busy man and got more coaching coming up here this afternoon. We got Smoky Mountain coming to town. They are a very solid football team. I think it's going to be a big step up from what we saw last week. What do you look for from Smoky Mountain getting ready for week 2?
Smoky Mountain, they're good at what they do. Coach Brindley's done a great job over there at Smoky Mountain. Coach Brookshire was there, and he got sort of that program back on the right track, and Ricky took over. And they're going to be a 4-3 defense, play man over the top. They're going to be good. They're going to be big in the box. They're going to be fast. Got a couple good corners. So we got to bring our A game. Can't put the ball on the turf like we did against North Buncombe. That's essentially why the game wasn't 42-0. We shot ourselves in the foot a few times, and we can't do that. We've got to take care of the football, and playing a team like Smoky Mountain, if we put the ball on the turf and things like that, it'll get us in trouble. So we got to be good at what we do.
Right. Once again, fans, Coach Austin Cook joining us here on the Maroon Devils Network. We're going to be watching, of course, the offense and the defense tangle with the Smoky Mountain Mustangs this Friday night, right here live on the Maroon Devils Network.